of humility to the powers that be. Believe in, you know, that's fine. But I got my gods, y'all got y'all's, and we gonna say a little serenity prayer, because prayer represents peace to me. And, you know, as I get into this mode, I would like to just, you know, do my thing, if y'all don't mind. First of all, before anything, I would like to ask permission from my elders to speak. Do I have permission from my elders to speak?
You have permission. Yes.
Thank you very much. So with all due respect, can we please just bow our heads and, you know, do y'all thing. Creator, I come to you right now as a humble servant of you, asking that this opportunity be an opportunity of knowledge, spirituality, and an understanding of what it is that you would have us to do. Not looking at ourselves, but looking at you. Because the whole purpose of us being here today is to get answers, to get the truth. And that seems to be what's lacking in today's world. So we just ask for guidance. I ask that my ancestors guide me right now. And Amen. Amen Ra.
Amen Ra.
All right. Well, we are here. I want to thank, first of all, everybody for coming. I just want to get this off before I even get started. Thank everybody for coming. I was told like the Moors are here or something, and they set something up here. Is that how you doing, sir? Oh, okay. You just set this up. I mean, I was just trying to figure out because I didn't know what you just set this up here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. That's. I don't know. You gotta school me on that. But I'm going, like Teddy said, you taking, brother?
I'm going.
God, all right. I'm gonna get right into it. A lot of people, I guess they wasn't here for part one, but this is part two. I'm going to try my best not to lose people because you should have came to part one. No, I'm just kidding. No, you know, I feel at home because this is like my study group. This is a new study group. My sister, or elder, I want to say, Nephara, she let me do my thing. She said you can have part two here. As y'all know, I had part two into my father's church. And certain stuff I just wanted to say that I just couldn't say. So now that I'm here at home, I get a chance to really say some things that, you know, I feel like, you know, I should say. So, I'm gonna get right into it. Let me ask, who was here the last part one? Can y'all raise your hand and tell me who was here part one? That's it? Who was not here? Wow. Okay. All right. I didn't know that. Well, what I'm gonna do then, while I'm getting situated, is can I get like one person? Where's Moses at? To assist me? Oh, Moses, can you please assist me, my brother? I would greatly appreciate it if you could. It's a lot. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. It's a lot like that went on to this event. It's crazy because it's like everything started going wrong all at one time. I'm like, what the hell is going on? But it's all good. We here and I'm here and I'm gonna do my thing. So my elder Lovebird is here. Thank you so much for being here. I love you, elder. And I don't know if y'all, you know, we just gonna get into it. All right. I want to show respect to some people, like I always do. I try to do. And that's what I'm gonna do. Dr. John Hendrick Clark, Dr. Jacques Diop, Dr. Joseph Ben Buchanan, Elder Ashra Kwesi, Pastor Ray Hagins. These are people that changed my life. My father, Marcus Garvey Jr., Renoko Rashidi, and Jelani Nepatiti at the True Bookstore right here. I really want to give them thanks for helping me out. My mother, my elder Seti right here who's filming me. This brother has helped me out tremendously. You know, just, I can't, wow. My elder Lovebird, that man changed my life. I mean, that's all I gotta say, he changed my life. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Minister Louis Farrakhan, and my boy Curtis Hyde, my study partner, and he's changed my life a lot. I mean, I like to hang around older people. Even though I'm trying to reach young people, it's important that we hang around older people because a young cat cannot teach you what you need to know, when you get to a certain level. So I like to hang around older people of wisdom, to teach me some things. This is not an open forum. Please keep your comments to yourself. Thank you. You can clap, but please keep your comments to yourself. We will have a question and answer segment, hopefully. Then and only then will you be heard. I got a question. All right, I'm gonna let how many of y'all, cups are full? And what I mean by that is, how many people feel like you can't tell, you can't tell them nothing else, certain people, you can't tell them nothing else about God, you can't tell them nothing about spirituality, you can't tell them nothing about nothing. Most of them called Christians, but we ain't gonna go there, okay? How many people cups are full? You know everything, you got everything, y'all, you just know what's gonna happen when you die and everything. I mean, because I want to meet you afterwards. But how many people cups are full? Honestly, don't be ashamed. Okay, how many people cups are not full? You can learn something, whether they be young or old or whatever the case may be. Okay, that's good. Okay, I got the right crowd. All right. Everything that I talk about tonight, all I ask you to do is go do your research. I'm not a scholar, I'm not a preacher, I'm not none of that. I'm just a brother who just learned some stuff, who is trying to reach someone, period, point blank. Because I'm the type of person, I can't sleep at night knowing something, knowing that other people don't know, and I know this information and I'm not sharing it with somebody else. I just can't do it. I don't know, I can only, speak for myself. I do not come to you as a preacher, teacher, scholar, or political group. I am not an expert at this at all. I would just like to share information with you tonight that has changed my life, and hopefully it will have the same impact on your life. I come to you as a humble servant of God, in the image of God, trying to tell you the truth. I'm doing this because God told me to do this. I'm not prejudiced, and I do not hate anyone. But we must analyze what one race of people has done to the next race of people to understand why we are where we are today. Racism is still strong, and it ain't going nowhere. A lot of people, they act like it don't exist. They act like racism does not exist. This is not true. Racism is all over the place. I just had an incident the other day with a police officer. I told a couple people about the incident, I guess I can share this with y'all, but I'm in the bathroom, using the bathroom. This is a true story. This just happened 2 weeks ago. And a white cop comes in the bathroom. He just so happened to see my firearm that I carry all the time, because I'm a businessman. And he confronted me about it. And, with all due respect, I said, he asked me first, was it real? And I was like, yeah, it's real. He didn't ask me for any type of ID, he didn't ask me for anything. So he got to joking and I got to joking, and he finally followed me where I was going to my place of business. And when I sat down, he said, well, let me see some credentials, with the, now this is an officer that I see every day. And I told him, let me see your sheriff, let me see your sergeant, and I'll show you my credentials. So he had to call in, and I looked at him in his cold devil blue eyes, and I told him how I felt. And, he had to call his sergeant. I said, if you don't call your sergeant, I'm gonna call your sergeant. And, what I didn't appreciate was him treating me like, a criminal when he see me every day. Every day he see me. But he decided that day, I guess he wasn't enough, it wasn't enough niggas walking around causing trouble. So he decided to mess with me. But, I was the only nigga in sight. So it really pissed me off. So when I got to his sergeant, I was very professional. I told him flat out, I said, listen, this don't make no sense. I'm here every day. I showed him my credentials, I showed him my CCW, and it was a wrap. So the sergeant was like, well, I'm gonna talk to him later. I said, thank you very much. But come to find out, somebody told me, he prejudiced. I mean, that might not sound like a big deal. There's other people dealing with racial issues besides that, but if he wasn't so close to me in the bathroom, he wouldn't have seen that. I didn't brandish my fire. You know, that's too close. I don't like no brother close to me when I got my private parts out. I mean, you know, just keeping it real, right? I mean, how many brothers like to see another brother behind them while they use the bathroom? So, you know, that's the first question I asked him, like, why are you so close to me? If you weren't so close to me, you wouldn't have seen that. But my point is, why I gotta go through that? I'm at work, minding my business. Why I gotta go through that? As a young black man. Don't make no sense, but I ain't about to go off into that. I'm gonna recap some stuff before we get started with the new stuff. Y'all don't mind. Feel free to clap, laugh, whatever y'all wanna, you know, whatever. The last time, if you don't mind, brother, just pass the picture. I'm gonna be passing out some pictures. Cause I know, you know, black folks like pictures. I like pictures too. Last time we talked about the origin of man. And I got off into the Homo erectus, I got off into the Neanderthal man, and I got off into Homo sapien man. And people who didn't come to part one, y'all can buy part one at the Truth Bookstore, you know, around, y'all need to get part one to understand exactly, you know, what I'm going into. Because I'm about to, you know, until I get to the new stuff, I might lose y'all, but I ain't about to go off into the part one again. I'm gonna stick with the part two. So we talked about the, and basically what I was saying was the first bones was found basically in Africa. Okay, I got a lot of family here, y'all know that. A lot of people don't know that. So I'm talking to people that don't know that. Just assume, you know, we don't know. So okay, that's what I'm talking to, you know, people that just don't know. In case you don't know, the first bones was found in Africa. Now, according to G.O.A.T, he was a radiocarbon laboratory like doctor. This is what he does. And I got off into letting y'all know that the people that mess with bones, they're anthropologists. And a lot of religious people do not want to get off into anthropology because it talks about the origin of man. See, it don't go with the Adam and Eve story, so they want to leave that alone. But if you want to know the truth, then you're going to have to tap into it, point blank, period. And if I'm not mistaken, these bones was found like 6 million years old. These, kids you not, Ethiopia, where it all went, you know, got popping. So can you pass that around, please? These are the three different bones. The one with the S at the top is the Homo sapien man. That's what we are today. It's called the knowing man. You got the erectus that just ain't around no more. Then you got the Neanderthal man. And we talked about how the Neanderthal man went to Europe and upper parts in Asia. And you know, I had to make that distinction because when you talk about, as I like do my research, as you talk about humankind, you know, they always talking about humankind. To me, that says kind of human. To let me know that we are different species. Because, you know, everybody got their, you know, ain't no factual information, you know, when it comes to these different kinds of species. Because everybody got their philosophy on it. Well, you know, I got my theory on it. And my theory is I believe that we was different species. I don't believe in evolution. I just don't. I believe that when God put us here, he put us here with intellect, and that was it. We was walking upright, everything was straight. Now, there's another group of folk that didn't have his intellect. Because if you go do your research, you'll find out the only thing ancient that went on was in Africa. We had all the ancient stuff. I was just watching something last night, my boy said he gave me, and they actually had Egyptian tools, like, for surgery, that the white boys installed. They still got the same tools today, and these tools like 6,000 years old. And the Egyptians used these tools for surgery. And that blew my mind because I'm like, surgery? I mean, can you think about that? This group of people, they had an intellect. This wasn't no evolution. This was, you was here and you start doing stuff. You was here and you start building. You know, I just don't believe in the evolution thing. I don't think we came from no little thing in the ocean and then we started crawling. No, they might have evolved, but I ain't evolved.
That's right.
I think I started off with intellect, okay? So you can believe that if you want to. Can you pass this around, my brother? When y'all done looking at the pictures, you know, just, you know, pass them out. That is King Narmer, or King Mings. And this brother, like, was a king a long time ago, like 6,000 to 10,000 years ago, okay? Here's Ramses II, and if I'm not mistaken, Ramses II was like Moses, like man, like in the Bible. We talk about Moses. Ramses is mentioned. I talked about how the gods separated. They had the earth, the air, the sky, and they separated all, you know, God separated all this. What the Egyptians did, from doing my research, the Egyptians personified things. In other words, you talk to certain people, especially religious people, and they say, well, you know, the Egyptians had all these gods. From my understanding, I don't think they had. I think they just personified different attributes of God. That's what it sounds like to me. Because when you read your Bible, they do the same exact thing. They personify things of God. That's why they got all these names. They got Elohim, they got El Shaddai, they got Jehovah Nisi, they got Jehovah Tsidkenu. They got all these names, Jehovah Jireh, and all these names. So why is it pagan, you know, when you talk about African culture? But it's not pagan when you start talking about, you know, the Christian side of it. But we're gonna get off into that later. Here's a group you know, that I kind of left off on. The group are called Skull and Bones. And when I talked about Skull and Bones, you know, I couldn't talk about it too much because we was about to close up, but Bush is a part of this group. And a lot of people think these groups don't exist, but they do. I wish they didn't, but they do. All right, that's a picture. I'm showing y'all pictures. Y'all can go look this stuff up. And I have an article that I could not find in part 1, but here it is right here. I have it. And Bush is admitting that he's a part of this group called the Skull and Bones. And these people's job is basically to take over the world. That's their job. Like their whole intent, these white folks, because ain't no brothers in this group, ain't gonna let no brother take over nothing, is to take over the world. So past that, like I said, I'm just part 1 thing going on. All right? Y'all with me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm laying a foundation. That's all I'm doing. Alright. I also showed y'all something that can be found in the British Museum. Now I know a lot of y'all ain't never been to Britain before me either. But I'm definitely saving my money up to go because I gotta see this stuff that I'm, you know, talking about. But they had like they had a coin, and it was an early depiction of Jesus Christ. And everybody know about Jesus. And it's a brother. And I talked about this in part 1. And they also have like a sculpting of Jesus died on a cross. He got like a big nose, big lips, and they got Judas, and he like hanging from a tree. And he black with an afro. Pass that along. So I mean, it just lets me know that they were still like portraying certain people of prestige and power, such as Jesus. You know, we have followers. They was portraying him as African, black. But this is not the images that we see on the daily basis.
Should I spit that fake shit?
No, spit that real shit.
Should I spit that fake shit?
No, spit that real shit. That real make these niggas wanna hit the dance floor.
Should I spit that fake shit?
No, spit that real shit.
Should I spit that fake shit?
No, spit that real shit.
Should I spit that fake shit?
No, spit that real shit. That real cause they boss and they need to know.
You see these fake bitches, fake niggas with fake riches. You dumb niggas who won't listen and in prison, your soul's missing. Been wishing that you would listen, but that system got you locked, your boy snitching, your girl tricking. You just another number nigga, just because you tried to show your nuts was bigger. Killing your own brother, fucker, how does it feel? Cause now your ass in the joint, they got you wearing them heels. I bet your bottom dollar you can't flow like me. Nigga, I bet your bottom dollar you can't track like me. Name a nigga who can hustle, get a stack like me. You see your dick ain't big enough to blow a back like me. Ain't rapping black like me, ain't quoting facts like me. Even niggas with Nick ain't got a knack like me. You better call the police because Gennaro's a beast. And by the time my reign is over, we gon' run these streets. Nigga, should I spit that fake shit?
No, spit that real shit.
Should I spit that fake shit?
No, spit that real shit.
Should I spit